I think the transmission is located, and I'm standing on top right now, very close to the top anyways, from Moss Rock Park out on Vancouver Island, and it is epic up here. This is the Quantum Cafe and Interstellar Lounge, and I'm your host, the Cosmic Messenger. I wanted to talk to you today about healing all galactic timelines. First off, though, I want to say is today's an epic, potent, powerful day, but also can be intense for some people depending on where you're at, working on all of your full spectrum healing. Today is a full moon in Sagittarius, started in these parts maybe about an hour ago, and but it's conjunct, meaning it's together on the astrology chart within an orb, usually 5 to 8 degrees. So they're close together, they're working together with the center, the galactic center of the Milky Way. Whoa, that's a big one. So, for the Sagittarian energies, aim that arrow super high. The higher will, the guru within, epic, big transformative adventures, and like super medicines coming out, expansive mind, galactic talk. All the downloads, they're on high voltage today. And of course, a full moon has a vortex that lasts longer than just the day it's on. I like to say the day before, the day of, and the day after is a massive transmission. It's so beautiful up here. And part of the global awakening is realizing all realities and seeing through the ones that are distorted, not just the patterns within ourselves, which leads me to quickly say there is a lot of chemtrails in the sky right now. So welcome to the Quantum Cafe and Interstellar Lounge once again. Healing galactic timelines. Well, what's that all about? So, many of you may have heard of healing your past lives, or healing or doing trauma work for events that have taken place in the DNA bloodlines. So everything's quantum. It all happens in the now. So anytime, no matter what state you're in, that you have any sort of vision, visualization, dream state, you go into a deeper theta healing state, or you have like a memory that surfaces, or a galactic download of anything that has to do with any past life, as we would say, future life experience, or any other incarnational entering a body, your soul, experience or moment that you recall during this lifetime or any other one, they're all happening concurrently and simultaneously. That is an access point for going in and rewriting the scenario, seeing the messages of what took place. Some of them positive, some of them are very intense, and healing that karma. You can heal the karma through galactic timelines of all sorts. So the first one we usually think of is these are my bloodlines, and this is my parents, and these are the web that flows out to the grandparents and the great-grandparents and then our ancestors and beyond. So that's one of them. Another one is your starseed home base. So where you've spent long periods of time, where you were originally birthed from is your soul, and that connection that leads you back that way. That's also a lot of time spent post-incarnations in this avatar biosuit. So when you leave the body, you're still existing, you're just not in this body, right? So you have a timeline that exists up there. You also have every single planet that you've ever incarnated on. And then you have the DNA line that stems from the superconsciousness of all humans, as well as anybody that you've done a karmic dance with, and all of your other 144 oversoul parts, and all of the saga that they've engaged in. So, the age of Aquarius during these times, this is the quickening, this is the big moments where every single thing is coming up. It's showing us what to do, what not to do, how to see through it, how to work through it, how to heal everything. Harmonically, full spectrum. So when you do this kind of work, even if you just recall one lifetime and one moment within it, those are trigger points, those are activators. for sending ripples into the cosmos. And every single being and every single action that has ever been encoded into the Akashic records is then accessible for instantaneous healing, faster than ever before. You're not just healing why do this? For yourself? Well, I'm going to leave the body anyways and die. Well, you keep living, plus you have the generations that come after you, the generations that are in the future, the ones that are maybe spinning in some vortexes and they want to, and it's like release spirit, the dead from this room, because it's caught in a loop. It also releases stuff like that too. So just by noticing what was there and seeing the lessons that were worked from, maybe you're laying on a treatment table, here's a great one, and then a whole bunch of stuff pops up. And if you block it and run away from it, then nothing takes place. But if you allow the emotional release, watch the scenario, flip it around like a mirror, beam it back at yourself, and change the scenario to exactly how you want to look, you heal all of that at once. So you're not just doing a little bit of work, you're doing a huge amount of that. Plus, if you have any concerns of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, the entire cord, then you're able to find some of the access points that you carried through with you into this lifetime and why those elements are playing out in your lives now. If you're having, very difficult times with certain areas, these are the messages and the medicines that can bring us some of the most potent healing so that we can change a lot of our patterns, distortions, bring us up and out of physical dis-ease. And we knew that these times would be very intense before we chose to come down here. Some beings come down here for fragments of time. They just want to have, like from our perspective, the baby passed away really early. From the soul's perspective, it got a viewpoint down here in 3D because that's how you access it. Even though many of us are moving into a fifth dimensional experience, which is the great shift into fourth density. So every moment that you have will show you a trigger for why you carry those emotional imprints, or how you spent many lifetimes dealing with this. Maybe you had like 16 lifetimes of it being really easy, but then one after it was extremely difficult. In what area, in what field? Now, a healer can bring that to you, like somebody who's a catalyst is more what healers are. The energies, of whatever you're using. Like if you do massage, you do acupuncture, you do Reiki, you go to Kundalini Yoga. Yes, the modality provides its results and assists in keeping you healthy. But if you don't do the continuous work on a regular basis, right? So these things help us find all of the key areas in our aura field, in our chakras, in all of our emotional and physical states. And it gives us the very tools that we need to assist us in everything that we're doing in healing. And this simultaneous healing is like legendary in the cosmos. That's why the population on Earth has just skyrocketed, right? There's many other factors that lead into it, but there's so many beings that want to come down here and experience what's going on. So through the DNA, the cellular, the bloodline, the past, future, and present lives, we're bringing them all into the now. That's why you have so many people recalling right now, I had a life on Atlantis, or I feel like I'm from Lemuria, or I have a deep connection with the Pleiades, or you really feel Arcturian to me. All this is branching up, which is also helping us rewrite our history books, which are seriously distorted. It's easy to manipulate them. At the same token, there's far more there that's just dancing in front of us that we've kind of just passed it off. So it's a whole rewrite that's going on in a whole incarnational experience. This full moon energy today is massive. I got to be a surrogate for sending distance, esoteric acupuncture. So I was on the table while my partner lays it down, activates it, and then we send it distant healing to something. So I'm extremely grateful for that space for sure, to be able to do that today as well. So wherever you are on Gaia, I am extremely grateful to be able to send this message and this broadcast to you. And we say galactic timelines, just to review really quickly, because we've existed all over the multiverse. we can keep it local. Like some beings are really good on getting down into the earth and just doing that healing of the bodies and the timelines and the bloodlines that I've done on Earth. So if somebody goes galactic or somebody stays right down on an Earth plane, it's all good. Whatever you have, and every little bit counts. Even the smallest pinpoint can make the most giant waves through the cosmos. Our heart center, after we've done the work, can reach 20,000 times more faster and further than our mind ever can. That's one of these sacred abilities of the human being. As well as healing all that stuff up, you get a greater ease with your everyday living, and things become smoother and bigger. But for the ones out there who are extra sensitive to these energies because their centers have been opened up, the Kundalini rises easier. I am very grateful for you, for all of you as well. That sensitivity can be a very big upshift for some. And all of these changes are magical, special, and unique, and beautiful. But some of them, as I say, are very intense. So get out there and do some work with healing the galactic timelines, because this age of Aquarius is only getting started, and this realm into the fifth density light body, energy body, astral realms meeting here down on the physical plane for a new baseline of operations is only getting started. Enjoy this full moon. We got a couple eclipses coming up as well too, plus the summer solstice. Oh, it's going to be a wild ride. Take care out there, and we'll chat with you soon.